And I'm live. Let's see if I can fix this a little bit better. No, that's really crappy. That's not too bad. Try that. Hopefully the pictures will show pretty well as well. Okay, so welcome whoever sees this. I know this took like what? Oh my God, 17 seconds, 19 seconds, and what I don't know what it is over here. So thank you for coming to my Coyote Heart Simple Art Show. It's very not going to be super fancy. I'll be bringing over several items. Some are different size canvas. Some are canvas that have been gallery wrapped around a frame. Some are, I have a journal, a few cards, and then tile. I have a whole bunch of tiles, and it might be so many to go through. So the canvas stuff is not as much. I'll see how it goes. Basically tonight, any prices are with shipping included because I'm going to wrap everything well, of course, and make sure nothing's going to get crappy in the long run. So I'll put in a certain type of cardboard and all that. Make sure it's very well protected. So none of the images are going to actually be end to end kind of thing. They're going to be well wrapped, especially the tile. I don't want those breaking, but certainly the only way I can replace it is to give you another one of choice. What else? Most things I believe I always signed. Sometimes I sign R, then there's a bigger B, or like RE are my initials, and then I would put a B. The B, just so you whoever start to follow, collect, or know, the B stands for Bidu, who was a cat I received. Well, she was given to me, but the cat originally came from Beatrice Wells, the daughter of Orson Welles, and I don't know if I like looking at both places. And she lived in the house where I was, and the owner was going away. And as a kitten, she bonded with me. And so these were really more dog people. And in time, they just said I could take Bijou with me. I renamed her. She was Sushi. I thought only dog people would name a cat Sushi. No fish. Funny. I thought it was cool, I guess. So I named her Bijou. So one would be and do and act on their wholeness and inspiration. So that's how she got that name. So for those who would follow my work, I would sign it at REB. And I sign it usually when I do that. It's going to be in the bottom right-hand corner somewhere in, that right-hand corner when you look at an image, kind of hidden, but there. And the reason I did that was because when I worked in an art gallery in the Southwest, I really disliked seeing somebody's big ass fat name across the canvas. And I know I had an art teacher much, much later on say, well, you don't want to be ashamed of your work and you really want to put your stuff out there. And maybe that was a style or something that's talked about in art school. But I find that is actually annoys me, or I find it gratuitous. And if I buy your $2,000 painting, for example, nothing is $2,000 today, but if I buy your $50, $125, $2,000 painting and or work, I don't want your initials plastered over it because I want to feel my own connection to the energy of the image. And your backstory is fine and fine enough, but I don't need your big ass name all over it. I know who I got it from. I don't need to be reminded on a daily basis. I certainly will remember what I paid for, or about what I paid for, and who you are, and why I was attracted to you. So I don't need that. That's not what I like to do. I just noticed on one of my tiles, I did sign Ritza Elizabethan's date. It just felt like writing my name. And sometimes I'll write Riza, Rizzah, Riza, on the back of a tile or something. So I usually do sign everything. You will receive my bio story of how it began, which I might read. And I don't know how that light is working. And also, I have these stickers left. So what I thought I would do, there's a bunch more on the back, but I'll randomly complimentary. I don't think I'll use the necessarily the same image for a purchase unless it's a request, but I have, you know, stickers that I made. So you just have to peel them off. There's white showing you, just peel them off. And I would say most of these are like, 2 by 2 inches or 2 by 3 inches, something like that. And people do put the stickers, on the back of their phones, books. You could really put it anywhere. They feel like the water would run off it, but not in the long run. They are more durable than some other stickers, but they're still paper, even if they're a higher quality paper. And they feel, if you got one, they feel a little bit like water protective, like I said, but they'll last for a while on a hand, what do you call it, like I have one on my, this is a teeny dinky one. Somewhere in my stuff, I have little stamp-like ones that I've also used to embellish journals or just on the back to seal envelopes. So, yeah, that's one. This is my dirty, what do you call this, like patent leather? Don't ever get patent leather as a wallet because it gets mucked up and stiff and it's hard to use. But I wanted silly me wanted an expensive at the time, high cost, girly girl, purse, wallet. But I won't do it again because it gets so dirty and like inside things are hard to pull out and everything. So yeah, don't do it again. But anyway, so just to show you could put it on a wallet, you could put it on a refrigerator. You can actually make it a magnet if you want to, which at some point I'll do that too. So there's different ways that people have used it. Oh, they put them on the computer. Actually, people put them on the computer. If you ever go to coffee shops, you might see people working on their computers and they put stickers and different things on the outside, the tops of their computer, like that. Water bottles. So just an idea. Okay, so there's that and that. And without further ado, move ahead. Okay. The little images I have, I'd like to, let's just show it to you. Okay. There was a time I did this art show and I had another table and I had all these cloths and blah, blah, blah. So the little images I have, the reason I'm asking 35 is I don't know what the shipping will be. So once I package it, even though they look like small, these are like a 5x7. You could certainly keep them how they are or not. You can put them in one of those, sometimes those frames that just slip right in. You can certainly get any frame you want. Could come from Walmart, could come from the dollar store. It could be a really nicer frame from Michael's or something that makes it, a little more classy and upscale. On the back of some of these are original sticker and advertisement I worked with, which is Coyote Heart, Self Art and Design. And I have my Instagram here. It's Southwest Coyote Heart. I have, is it You Have Heart or is it My Little Coyote Heart Loves You on the back? So that was just interesting to have a little bit extra. But like I said, it will come with the bio and a sticker you can use because these stickers are on there. So this is Reflection with Roxanne. I forget what I call this. I think I just call this something about the sun field. I don't remember every single name I made, but This reminds me of where I lived in Sedona, Arizona. If I can get that glare out, that would be good, right? It's much nicer even in person. Cactus and snake. Let's see if I can get it up. Cactus and snake. I have this also already gallery wrapped, which I will show you. Now, like Sunlit Valley. I think I would call this Flagstaff Hills. Little coyote baby there. All right, so these are, I think they are 5x7 is what I would call them. They might be just a little bit bigger. These are 35, so that will be with the shipping. If I could go lower, or if I feel like if it only ends up in the long run costing me $2 to ship, and I feel guilty, I'm gonna send some money back to you. But I as an artist, I've never felt comfortable pricing. I feel that sometimes as a mystic too, because I really just like to create and give it to you. But any purchase tonight or in the next few weeks, when you get in touch with me, or whenever you get in touch with me, tonight is the prices are going to be the price. The only time they probably will be different is if I'm leaving things at a store. I don't know what they're going to charge, what they would get, and what they would share to me. So this is basically a loving donation supporting an artist. So I didn't number them. If you kind of, say small and yellow, or Flagstaff, what do I call it? Flagstaff Hills is bigger. This is like Coyote Hills. Coyote Hills. That's what that is. Because I have a Flagstaff. Coyote Hills. And this Sunlit Valley, orange. Cactus and snake. Let's call it Big Southwestern Sun. And that's either like red or pink. Yeah. How is it looking when I put it? Oh, when I put it over here, you can't see it here, sorry. Whoops. And that's Reflection with Roxanne. I really liked this. I use her on one of my stickers that says my little coyote heart. I just love you. All right. Hold that. Now, for the canvas one, still kind of on canvases, although I think I'm going to go to the other canvas. I have these with me. Let me just go so you'll see. Stop it. You'll see how the other canvases are. So 1 second. So here's that cactus and snake. And I had these postcards made up. So basically what's in the back here is that you'll see part of the frame. There might even be an old bio in here. I'd have to look, but I'm going to put the new bio in here and sticker. And yeah. So these are 40 because of the frame. But what will happen is you can have a little nail or something in the wall, and they'll just hang right on there. So you won't have to do anything unless you want to hang them on something where it's not making a dent or a hole or a mark on your wall or wallpaper. So these are 40. Yeah. And again, it's a postcard. And there's like nothing on the opposite side. It might say Coyote Heart on the back of it, but it's pretty. I can actually add something to it if you want. And This also is 40. I honestly don't remember what I called that. But again, gallery wrapped is this all the way wrapped around. There's a frame. So it's pretty, it's a good, like if it fell to the floor, it'd go, oh. I guess I have an old business card, I have a business card in there. So that's good, right? So it'll come with business card, bio sticker, and ready to hang. I love this one. It's just moon, cactus, stars. There's a backing. These were nice. You know, this is like just pick up and go. They're all set for someone to hang. The other stuff I wanted to keep the cost down at the time I was getting a whole bunch of them. So I didn't have them put on a frame. A lot of artists know how to do that and stretch. I don't. I haven't taught myself that. I didn't have an artist buddy who would do it for me. And then artists can tend to be busy and say they're going to do it and they don't do it. So there's a cactus and snake. We have two of these actually. I love this one so much I made a couple. Oh no, so there's another landscape one. And I love this one. I love my cactus on that one. I feel like when you drive down to Phoenix, that's what the cactus look like, you know. So I like that. And then these are something I made for fun. And I like them because they're just easy and whimsical. So I don't know. To sell them together, I guess I would just sell them for 40. They're not really my you know, characters and stuff. But if you have a space in your home where this is almost like a sunflower, but it's not, right? Sunflower. And sort of this vortex energy. So maybe you have a little space you don't know what to do with, and you want to have that feeling of brightness, aliveness, and magic. And again, they're on that. But I think together, I would just send them together. I made them together. They're gallery wrapped. I have the painting. So when you paint as an artist and you have an image on the canvas, galleries like you to finish off your product, your images, not to have it just plain white, because it looks funny in some places when it's hanging and people are coming down a hall and you can see white and then the image. It's very considered more professional if you know, all around. And so the canvas just goes to there, and that's where it is. So I would say together, I would sell these for 40. I don't know what's going to happen with the weight of it, but that would be okay with me. And I sell them together unless someone makes an offer just for one. Yeah, they're just a little lightness and brightness, just for a space that you need a little bit of something. I mean, something like this in the future, making this sort of, what do you call it, more like abstract, I would probably build it up and put my other little bits on it and have it be like 3D. I just thought of that, so this made me think of that. Now these are 55. These are, I want to say they're 6x8, but they're bigger than 6x8. I have a tape measure. These are 8x10. So they're 8x10. And there's me in Beedoo in, Arizona, Phoenix, like whatever, going down the canyon to Phoenix, and there's a little space guy. It's much nicer in person. And it has just that vibe of fun and travel. And this image I actually sent off to Volkswagen because I wanted to do a reality reporting to them across country, which I sent them several images and a 10-page letter on why I would be like really great at doing this for them. And they said they already have, thousands of dollars in advertising, that are doing it their way, and they didn't need this, but they felt that I was very enthusiastic. I need 10 pages saying exactly what I would do, what kind of reality program I would bring them, what the content would be, what are the two groups and two ideas I would interview. Like I would interview the homeless on the road, and I would interview people, especially 40 and over, who were in transition and going back to being an artist. They either left their careers or were ready to retire, or something was up with their life and they were being artists. And or I wanted to bring to light the homelessness issue in this country, because all kinds of people are homeless, not just folks that overdrug, overdrink, oversex, rob, getting back on their feet, just lost everything, don't have a mind, went mental, killed people, whatever, living under a bridge, begging for money on sidewalks and at traffic intersections. It's not just that. Anybody could be homeless. You could be traveling across country and fucking have a breakdown, like you're nowhere. Because sometimes when you're on Route 70 crossing the country, or Route 40, or you're going through Texas, which is super long, there's nothing but, way in the distance there's some land, there's some town, but you're with desert. You're desert. And if there was no highway cement road, what the hell, where am I? So here I am looking at both. So I'll probably do a little bit Facebook and a little bit here. How's that? Okay, so yeah, so anyway, they rejected me. I kept the rejection letter for a long time. I'm not really sure I know where it is. I might not have it anymore, but I know I was keeping it. So, and then it got tossed away at some point because I decided, I don't want the rejection letter. Screw them. Here is Life the Trip. Go for it. This is very hippie mobile. Life's a trip. Go for it. And I was really proud of this, actually. Like I said, in person, I think it looks way, way better than just on here. The colors pop. You feel like you're traveling in this mobile. It's a happy picture, a happy vibe. All the images are super happy because the colors pop and infused with love, care, and the healing codes are in it. So these, including me, will help us be inspired to our dreams and staying positive, high vibe, and bring us to the fruition of that which we've longed for, intended. In fact, I'll share with you in a moment. This is Renge, who started out as Charlie, but when the person suggested I call her Charlie, I really knew it was wrong. I was just trying to be friendly with this person and his girlfriend, and it's not really a name that was a good name, Charli, or Lie. But I changed it to Renge, which means lotus blossom, which is very betelling of a temptress, rattlesnake. I love her. So note on all of my characters, pretty much I have the eyelashes. You'll see them more in the female coyotes. Oh, this one reminds me of, this is Carl up there. So you have like this coyote moon. He's up there. There's hearts. Like that. This one I think I just have the backing. Because I have longed to, I still long for having apparel and accessories, my original oil pastels, ceramic ties, and murals. My mural life is a bust currently, just because I really wanted to do more 5x7, 5 feet by 7 feet kind of things, 10 feet by 10 feet. I recently, in the past couple of years, more than 2 years ago, I was approached by someone who backed out. I was ready to do a mural in his kitchen. I drew him the picture. He liked it. And then I think he had a death in the family and he was wonky, and it just was not the road he wanted to travel. So that was a bust. He didn't pay for anything up front, so that was going to be a one. And I could have stayed at his new apartment that was being all renovated, so it would have been like me and the renovation and the art going up, which would have been great. I was really looking forward to that. Then the last couple of years, I had another person ask if I would draw something for a place. He has supposedly some big warehouse place in Worcester, Massachusetts, not too far from where I am currently. But it kind of scared me. He was going away for like 3 weeks, and I was going to draw, and then I didn't draw because I just got scared of the situation because it was like he wanted something that was going to fit like 16 feet by 32 feet. And it seemed to me that I could do smaller, like this and draw for him. But I couldn't picture it. You have to go up, like he was going to have a big wall, and like this warehouse, and eventually be on scaffolding. And it just wasn't really calling me, and I got afraid. If he had said, I want 10 by 10 feet, I want 5 by 7 feet, I would have been like all down with it, but I just couldn't move ahead. It felt uncomfortable to me. And I knew it was coming. I knew I was going to have this opportunity, but I just stepped away from it. Smaller would be where I would feel more comfortable at for now, because I have a projector. Oh my God. I have a projector I have never used. So it's brand new. And the projector was so that I could put my images in my laptop. And then once they're in there, there's a way to do it with your projector, to put it on a wall or whatever it is I draw. And then I could chalk around it and then, paint. Or I would have like, my mini model, and I would score off the wall. So I know, like, that'd be the tail, that'd be a leg, that's a foot, that's a body. Here's the body, here's the mane, here's the hair, or whatever. You can just map it out like a checkerboard. But I got scared. So that didn't happen. And he didn't get in touch with me anyway. So it was kind of like maybe we both got scared. Who knows? But it was really a couple of years ago. It was like not even, it's like COVID wasn't mentioned yet, but all this espionage, was beginning to happen. Okay. So here's my larger. And my larger, if they were just like in a bin somewhere, I'm sure they would go, definitely 80, 100, 125. I'm going to say 135 with the shipping, because again, I don't know. My shipping could be 8, but honestly, it could be more closer to 18 or 21, 23, since the way things have been now with receiving things, that it could be just a little bit more. So I'm going to charge 135. And I love this one. This is She Dreams. This is She Dreams. And there's Rox. Is this Roxanne or is it? Yeah, this is all Roxanne. Veronica has a bow in her hair. So She Dreams. So these are lovely. I have somewhere, if you have a baby in your life, or a baby is coming in your life. I wrote a poem a long time ago. And it's a poem I could include with this for you if you're sending this off to someone's nursery. And then they can frame that poem that I wrote. It's Little Baby, so it's called Little Baby, something like that. It's like, little baby, so brand new, I have a surprise for you. Is it bigger than a bread box, bigger than a something? And then it's about a mother or a parent who expresses her love for the newborn baby. And so it's several stanzas. And I gave it once as a gift. So I should really post that, because that was, I have this writing ability, and I want to revisit it. I want to revisit my adult stories and screenplays. And when I get to my new place, my other creativity is that I want to start revisiting doing stage work again and be an actor on stage. So this is, where's my, remember I just had them. So these Just so you know, there's that little bit of, edging, so you can frame it the way you want, or turn it into something that's on a gallery frame, but you might not want to just nice frame. So it's going to be 14 by 14 is this image. She sleeps, and here's Flagstaff Hills. Flagstaff, some of you know, and Deborah, you probably know, that's where the Dalai Lama said the vortex is, up in Flagstaff. A little coyote at the bottom. And that's how I think of the San Francisco peaks. Just very amazing land. The Indians, at least when I left in 2012, 2013, Indians, their shamans, their chiefs, they still go on the land and pray and get their herbs, and that's why they, having like war with the white man, because white man wants to chemtrail every fucking thing and kill every fucking thing with pesticides and shit, and they get their medicines off the hills, just like in the way olden days. And of course, I forget what happened, but up at the Grand Canyon, and I don't know, trying to destroy the Grand Canyon by looking for some such thing and doing pipelines and stuff. People in charge, they're mental. I'm so surprised that either we are too asleep, too afraid, too civil. I mean, I just think like in the olden days with the Knights of the Round Table, get your pitchfork out, get your sword out. Look, you're dead. Bye. I'm spiritual. I'm just giving you. I love that. I know I'm spiritual and I'm kind of cute and I don't want to take no shit. And I'm going to teach you. You don't take no shit. You stand tall. You be bright. You live in your divinity. You shine. Get to know your laws. You love your land. You love yourself. You love people. But don't take no shit. Okay. Oh, this is Roxanne in white. So instead of being a, brown, gray, brownish, dark coyote, Roxanne in white with the sun. Look at those little Reiki symbols. And that's how I see, where I lived in the Southwest. Don't you feel like that cactus wants to talk to you and the clouds just want to move by and pop out? It's just the fun. They're fun and uplifting and kind, and it's hard to be sad. If you're sad, you look at that and then you want to feel like the picture, to be fun and bright and alive. Look, my little Coyote Heart just loves you. I did write that on the back with a Posca pen that was white. It's something to look at. Again, they come with the bio and sticker. And this one, I think there's something on the outside of this thing. Okay, so this is Big Southwestern Sun. Look how I did, like basically, it is Arizona, but I put a pyramid. I put a red rock pyramid over there. And these are all oil pastels and sometimes markers like that. So yeah, they should never be just in direct sunlight. Obviously sunlight might pass through your hallway and stuff, but they should never just be in the sun because it'll fade. So you can use plexiglass. You don't have to be as expensive as glass unless the frame you fall in love with comes from somewhere and the whole thing you're really cool about. Because a lot of times framers will use plexiglass. It does look like real glass. It's just the weight of it is not as heavy in shipping. But that's another reason I did want to frame. Oh shoot, I have framed work too. For this particular art show, I'm not ready. I have a lot of framed work. I probably have about 5 pieces of various sizes that if you make a request, I will take a picture of. And most of them have been, let's see, 2 or 3 items have been in gallery. Maybe just 2. No, 3 items have been in gallery. But right now I'm keeping those. I have some that are copies, so I would sell those. My originals, I'm having a hard time selling because it's not going to be $135. It's not going to be like $200 because they're too special for me. The originals, One day I'll take you through my portfolio, so you'll see those. But I have a couple originals that are framed, and one was in a Boston gallery, one was in Maine, Portland, Maine gallery, with all these artists from around the world. The gallery in Chelsea, Massachusetts, had a lot of local and or New England artists, but the gallery in Maine, in Portland, Maine, people from France and England and just a lot of different places, not just USA, not just Maine or Massachusetts, a lot of different places. So that was kind of nice. And a lot of them were really painterly painters. There might have been a couple of abstract. I was like the really kid type painter artist there. So that's Big Southwestern Sun or Southwestern Sun. And so one of the stanzas in my song is Big Southwestern Sun, Coyote Moon Night, because I wrote a song, and I'm not prepared to sing it because I don't think I sound good right now. But I did write this song, and I probably will show it. Oh, my connection is unstable on my other thing. It's very interesting, isn't that, Deborah? Oh, you like that a lot. Which one did you like a lot? I'm just seeing that message over here. So tell me which one you happen to like a lot, because I'll show it to you again before I go. And I'm going to show you some little things, and I'm going to go to the littler things, which is the tiles. So 1 second. When I was, so it says on YouTube, it says my connection is unstable. Please wait while we're reconnecting. So I'm not sure what we're seeing or not seeing, but I'm just going to keep talking. The one with the coyote. Okay, the one with the coyote. Was it the big sun one? Was it, because there's all these little, was it the white coyote? Was it, so if you tell me the 14 by 14, if you tell me, because they all have little coyotes on them for the most part. So the one with the coyote, and I'll kind of wait till you type in here, because this is the one with the coyote. See, got a coyote. And oh, this is the one with coyote. That's the coyote. The coyote, she dreams. The big one. Okay, got a big one. This one with Roxanne. That one. I just love the moon in this. Or the white one. I'll look. I'll look. I mean, if my buffering is happening here, it might take a moment. 1 second. They're being a little persnickery, and I don't want them to fall. Yes, actually both. So the white one and the lady, the coyote lying down, can always direct message me privately, and I'll take a picture. But this is the one. So just to maybe be clear, just before I put it in. So I remember this image when I finished it. I finished several images, and it was a psychologist. I didn't know she was a psychologist. She saw me walking in the street of Gloucester, and actually it wasn't too many blocks from her then office, which I didn't know. And she said, I don't know why, but I'm going to give you this. It was a basket of fruit. I don't know if it was, I can't remember if it was oranges or pears, but in her home somewhere in Gloucester, they had fruit trees, and she gave me this fruit, which was very kind of her. And she said, I want to give you 3 sessions. I feel like you need to talk. And, let's have, it was 2 or 3 sessions. I think it was definitely 2. It may have been 3. And then after that, I kind of I know I lost it at some point in terms of like calling her because I was a little out of it. I was homeless at the time in Gloucester. I had no car. I had the cat. Um, when I was really creating this, I was sometimes sleeping in different people's houses, beds and or mostly, what do you call it? Fold out couches. And I was sleeping in this big building. And the cat, because I had just finished a couple of months job at a store shop, they were interested in keeping the cat, but said that she could stay there to be safe. So my cat became a mascot of this Bidu, became a mascot at this toy store. And the Bidu may have been happy there because she saw different people. She also ran away from different people, but I loved her so much I did not want to share my cat. So she did come with me on many adventures. She was killed, I think 2016, 2017 at a foster mother's home where I was crashed just briefly. It's a country road, small country road. Um, houses good distance and still close, but it's a kind of a country road. Two cars going really fast wouldn't be able to do that, but one way going fast, not caring. She might have seen a bug. They were going fast enough not to see her see a bug, a butterfly, smacked her in the head, and I lost that cat. She did not die instantly, and that was my big sadness in a way because she was kept alive probably for a good 3 hours, suffering, however, out of it, and she should have been put to sleep right away. They told me her if she had operation or care, the minimum it would cost was about $8,000, and they had no guarantee that her mind was correct at the time of the diagnosis of the accident, and she had also fractured or broke her, like I think upper palate, the jaw area. So there wasn't a guarantee that she would have a quality of life or repair. And I did not have $8,000. I was in despair. My then friend at the time took her pay, probably like her whole pay, and paid for that fucking visit. So I'll tell you another evil thing at these emergency wards for pets. If you don't pay them your fucking $100, $400, $500, $600,000 up front for them to look at the animal, that place would not look at her. Okay. That's evil. So much evil. You want to just smack people. If you become a doctor, you help people. And I know we're using your medicines and stuff to fucking help people. Don't leave them suffering. The animals like that. It's obvious the cat got hit by a car. Needed help. It was dying. Motherfuckers. I paid my friend off in, 3 weeks. Her then boyfriend was a bastard. And he was like saying, she did this for you. And you are causing her strife. He was a bastard. He's an addict. God bless him, right? Bless all the addicts. God bless you. So anyway, that was sensitive. Thank you for listening. So let's go on the light side. More art here. I have 3 images. I kind of not gonna take them all apart, but I will take one apart for you so you can see how it kind of goes. This big one, I'm slow to open it. Just have to trust me. Okay, so I have 3 cards that I've made. Oh. On the back, there's all this embellishment of, like, some of it's actually kind of 3D. It pops. It's like floaty and it pops. All right, so there's the back of this one. And, okay, so I'm gonna just take this one apart briefly, if I can. I'm trying to do my best to not ruin it. As I don't have this. One of them that comes off fairly, this one. Okay, this one's coming off fairly easy, so I'll use this one. My, oh, look at that, I had a close art clothespin on, was it? Yeah, this I love the landscape of this one. And this one, I remember creating it in a cafe in Worcester, Massachusetts. This one I created in Gloucester, Massachusetts. Okay, so I'll open this up. And what they are is they tell a story, just like my journals that I create. They tell a story. What the hell did I do? So I really taped it down. 1 second. I just want to show you, give you an idea of how they might look inside, because they're all different. They all have I don't think these are blank. I could be wrong. Usually I have, let's say this is going to give me a difficult time. Coming. Okay. Good. So when I embellish my journals that I make or will be making in the near future when I land again, and cards and such, I use a lot of my own stuff that I make. Sometimes there's other bits and bobs that seem complimentary, but I try to stay within like stamping my own, sayings, using my own images, creating something. So it is all original from Coyote Heart. So this one, and they all came with a bio, all come with a sticker, and this one doesn't. Oh, and there's the envelope. Now, like I said, it's very embellished. So very embellished. That's just one page. Like when you open it, this says Reiki power in it. And I stamped that, and there's an image that I created there. And then here's some stuff I put, and I just kind of made it like it's very rustic on the inside. And this says, "Let your angels guide the way." That is a saying, a line from my song. And then I just have like be, love, and then like gratitude and a little bit of Coyote Heart stuff. But it's like if you were to either give this as is, or you actually mail it to a friend as a card. It tells a story. There's pages to turn. There's stuff to look at. It's interactive art. So, yeah. I'm just going to put this, excuse me. I'm not going to put it in the paper right now. I'll do that when the show is over. So the price on these is, if you buy all three, it's $28 with shipping. If you buy one, it's $13. Again, because I'm going to package it in such a way where they can't really bend it. And when it comes to you, it's pristine. I don't want anything bended, folded, try to get in your mailbox a certain way. That looks convoluted, stupid. Because this is treasure. This is magical treasure to inspire you to the next step, or to give to someone, to inspire them, to support them for their dreams coming true. The magic in them, the infused love, the infused light codes. So here's one of my journals. Now, I'm going to be making probably a couple of types of journals, because I'm going to explore the idea of junk journals where you start from real scratch. And then I had gotten some hard journals that I like, and they're just lined paper. However, I'm going to tell you some ways to use it. First, I have Let Your Angels Guide the Way is actually up on top here. These are my images as a pop-up of that little Life's a Trip Volkswagen. There's a pop-up for an embellishment of a cactus here, and then this original design there. I love this one with the moon and cactus. I did use a few hearts on it, and you'll notice on the front, so there's a green aventurine pendant that I made, and by themselves, easily, I do it right. It's more than $16. I had them on Etsy, I think for 16.99 or 15.99, but in a shop they might sell this definitely for like 25, 22 easily, and it's a pendant, so you can actually wear it on a chain or a rope, but you get to take it off anytime you want because there's a way it comes off inside the journal. Um, there is embellishment on the back, and also it says, "What you seek is seeking you." That's from Rumi, which his name is there. There's all these little images that are mine and from me. And then when you were to open this, the inside of the front cover, the inside of the back cover, they will be adorned as well. So you have images and stuff. Some of my journals, they've had things you can take out and move and have fun with. So my art is very interactive. Now the pages in there, they can act as, oh, and there should be the bio, and there should be a sticker in here. They can act, you can take two together, you can put your own pages or paper over, you could have it as a diary, but you'd actually take a page, put something hard on it, and it can be start to be your own little art journal that you create with and are inspired by. So it's really an interactive journal. It does have an elastic, so it shuts on its own. So you certainly can build up in it a little bit, adding your own images, or treat it as a vision wishing board, things that you aspire in your life to have. So instead of having a big cutout of a vision wish board, you could have a book. You can start to put your images or sayings in it, and you can also beef and sturdy up the pages by using, your own little cutout or cardboard just pasted over, and that becomes the sort of a more sturdy foundation than just a page. But you certainly can write on the pages and maybe complement the thing that you're wanting to attract in. Yeah. So that's the front with the pendant. This is a green aventurine, which is if you look it up, it will say success, luck, abundance. It also is an EMF. EMF. That is, it diverts negative energy if you want to wear it or wear a computer or keep it in a pocket. So you can take, like I said, this off right away, because once you open it up, you'll see in the back the way it's attached. Because I had made a professional, artistic hole with a special device that I had. So yeah, so that's that. Oh, and this one is $40 with the shipping. Yeah, I feel like with the pendant in there and the work that's done, you're going to be very happy. Minimally, I should it be 40? Should it be 55? This as an artist, there's so much work that goes into the art and preparation and care and love. So my desire, if in fact anyone sees this and contributes and buys something, is more like that you are feeling that joy, that upliftment, that commitment, and you have a one of a kind, never created before item that supports you and has uplifted and supported the artist. So yeah, so there's that. I'm glad my cats are asleep or wherever they are, so they're not walking all over everything. Okay. So I'm going to just let you know. What did I say? So currently, I think in a shop easily, like if Nordstrom's had taken my items, they're probably going to sell something like this with a special case that I wanted to contribute. They might pick their own, but like for $225, like something like that. That's what I had visioned long ago. I sent out all of these queries to several places, and I didn't hear back, or maybe I got a rejection from one of them. And again, it was just months before COVID, so it's really been like 2.5 years for sure. But anyway, I'm going to say tonight that these are 65. I'm hoping that they don't ship. They're not too heavy. Sorry. But I'll just say they're 65 for tonight, and I'll honor that, right? So these are paintings on tile. These are paintings on tile. They're 4 by 4 inches. They're not that thick. Uh, this one, I don't believe is glazed on the back. So I believe easily you could mount it on a wall as black splash. You could set it into a floor. You could set it into a wall, but the outside or wherever you put it should not be directly exposed all the time to rain or snow. And the reason is I don't recall, or I tried to find out if these tiles could be outdoors, and the owner of the shop believed they were not, necessarily indoor outdoor. I believe they would last a while outside. However, inside, if you are going to immerse them on a floor, certainly you don't leave water all over the floor. You wash something, it's washed, right? You don't do the olden days and throw the pail in the water, because that would break it down. Like this could be in a bathroom. This could be higher over a shower where the water doesn't hit it directly. I believe it would last a time. And that's because this is not, again, it doesn't have the glaze on the back. There might be a way that could be done with some material that it might. I should ask people at Home Depot what they think, or Lowe's. Yeah, that's a good idea. Just thought of that. Anyway, these are one of a kind Dreamer's Wish Vision tiles. I love this one. I love how my moon came out. I love how you could even think of it as duality, like Earth and planet Earth. But it really has a lot of yellow, gray, blue. Love my moon. I love my moon. I love that you could say these as stars or snowflakes. I made them as stars initially. And then the red rock vistas, basically. Yeah, I love this one. And this one does have glaze on the back. I have signed it Riza. This one was signed Riza Elizabeth 2020. My little Coyote Heart just loved you. This one is Renge on tile. Again, you could have, this could be just sitting on a bureau, coffee table. It could be on your kitchen counter. It could be in a hallway, on a bureau, wherever you would be inspired, feeling that magic and the light codes infused in here to radiate off to you for your next steps and your dreams come true. So yeah, okay, I'll get a few more. Here is one of my images of Carl Coyote. It is signed on the back. It is glazed, so but a wonderful, fun inspiration, graduation present, baby coming, bon voyage, new house, birthday, just a special gift for someone that you want to contribute to support their dreams. And here's my Copapelli, my version of Copapelli. And someone said, oh, they've never seen it with the hair. I don't give a fuck. I made it with hair. They think it's female, and we both know the Copapelli is sort of one of those like androgynous type of images. Could be Pied Piper guy, Pied Piper switch lady, could be whatever you want. The Pied Piper being magical, mystical, trickster, evil, magical, mystical, trickster, mirror in your face, could bring you joys, but trickster energy, got to keep your promise with the Copapelli. And the natives, really believe in the shape shifting and the copropelli and all that the desert holds in its magic, Native Americans. Is one of my versions of Roxanne. She is not glazed on the back. This is a very happy one. And I have my name written on the back. This is 2020. My little Coyote Heart just loves you on the back. I love that I made time to write this on the back. And I love that I wrote my name. And I don't know what inspired me to write my full name. Maybe because I was going through a period where I liked my whole name. My whole name is Rita Elizabeth. Again, I also signed by Lisa or R-E-B. This reminds me of Carl in the desert, little coyote. I don't think of it as Veronica or Roxanne, but yeah. Love this too because of the space of imagination. Okay. Here's the Veronica, so that you know the difference between Roxanne and Veronica. Veronica Coyote is going to have a bow and pearls. So she's always, whatever she looks like, is going to have always a telltale bow of some kind and jewelry. And that's Veronica. I just like the name Veronica. It just sounded like a sweet and sassy princess coyote name. And Roxanne is my iconic coyote because Roxanne was a wife of Alexander the Great. I just love that she was a dancer, which I was a dancer at one time. And it just seemed like a truly beautiful woman's name of strength at the time for me. And I thought that name, Roxanne, was the epitome of what I would love to live into, to be beautiful, proud, noble. She won't swear, but she's not a swearing coyote. She's more like her presence compels you to do the right thing. Her presence compels and commands that she's treated a particular way, which you do not mess with that truth and royalty, compassion, majesty, divinity, nobility, you don't mess with. She's just that epitome of, as she walks, as she is, total respect and wisdom, groundedness, purity, and truth. Yeah. And I want to be fun. She's a little bit more fun, but she's a sassy princess. Okay. So, yeah. This one is glazed on the back. Wow. 2016, I made this. Wow. I was driving probably from Revere, Massachusetts to Shrewsbury, Massachusetts to a particular pottery studio to do this because Boston was charging a lot higher. And I could get more done more privately where I was going in this other town in this Worcester area or Shrewsbury, Massachusetts area. But this is my Veronica. And this is just something I tried. I tried a moon backwards, the half moon a different way. Usually, you might notice a lot of my half moons are the other way. Got my snake. And my snake was so funny working with the brush and the paints, and you never know what's going to happen in glazing. So even though she definitely has a face, my snake has a face. She almost looks like a duck snake, but part of her tongue, and you just don't know what's going to happen in the kiln. I love my landscaping and how the sky came out. Again, whimsical, magical, dreamy, possessing one to follow their dreams, supporting, delighting, destiny. Coyote Heart Destiny. I have so many more. I know this is. I'm just gonna do a few more. I have more. I'm just gonna show like two more. I could just go on forever with chatting. So this was get it right. Kind of a stagecoach mirage. I can get that. It's much better. I feel like it's not translating well. Well, let's see if that's a little better. It's not translating that well. But there's actually stagecoach drivers in this. You can't really see them because they're sort of pale. I like my landscape. But I kind of want to do like sort of this Wells Fargo thing, those evil Wells Fargo bankers. Blah. So yeah, and this one does say Visa on the back. I don't know if I have the year. And here's another landscape of moon. This reminds me of when Arizona was underwater. And it's am I signed on the back? Am I signed on the front? Yeah, I'm signed on the back with an R. Signed on the back with an R. I was probably too lazy to sign Rizzah. Well, there's Wayne of Arizona. It kind of reminds me of Phoenix, but because it's not really a Flagstaff. And Sedona proper doesn't really have these big cactuses anyway. It's one of my first ones I created, actually. I did write Rizzah on the back. I think this is glazed. But I mean, they're totally glazed on the front, so they shine a lot. That's what a lot of that double glare is anyway. And then here's the horsey one. Someone that likes horses or has horses, looks like he's smiling. It's my intention that his teeth would show, but not that it would look necessarily like he was smiling like that. But yeah, it's okay. I love his tail, his mane glowing in the moonlight. Because we do have wild horses in Arizona. After these two, I have 7 more left, and I'm a little concerned about dragging this out. I've gone over an hour, and I haven't meant that, but that was technical difficulties at the beginning. So again, I don't know on my channel if it's coming out. I can see this on Facebook. So this is really like, if I hold it back a little bit. It's showing better on my other channel here, but let me see if I can, if you want to call it spaceship orb, but there's landscape, sky, and then I just wanted to create something, unusual, where in the distance it looked like the moon or sun was deep in the land. And there's a famous painter, Gorman. Oh, I can't think of his first name. And I think he lives in like Taos, New Mexico, or he lives in New Mexico. And that reminds me of his work. And then there's a simple sun. Just something to greet you in the kitchen when you're making breakfast. All right, I'm going to just show you really fast. I won't talk too much. There's like two. Oh, there it is. That's why. I hold it the right way. So you have water and more like canyon and red rock and Nite. So I think this was like sparkle here. A little like sparkle paint. He almost looks like baby Carl. So it was a little difficult for me. This is so glazed. So on the back, if you don't see my name, I've actually hidden it in the front of the painting. Work's been afraid of it. It's not my fur is more comfortable for me. I'm not comfortable on canvas. I think that has to do with my own unworthiness, and I just don't like. I like my oil pastels so much, and I feel like working with brushes is just not who I am. Like all artists have a comfortable medium, whether it's acrylic paints or oil pastels, which is what I use. Whether it's bronze, whether it's just sculpting or comfort zone, and a more love, like some just paint acrylics, they prefer watercolor. And I think like so the acrylics oil pastels I usually use, they are water soluble, so they can actually act like watercolor. And I really like that. I like being able to play. I like being able to feel. So I'm not a complete paintbrush person, but if I were doing a mural, yeah, I would switch over, but get the bigger paintbrushes and some little ones. Plus, you can use different mediums to complement the paint you're going to use that are actually like more like chalk paints and stuff. So that would be exciting and scary and fun. Okay, so I'm going to go real fast. I only have 3 more after these two. This is Roxanne that says, I am love. Right. The landscape. Let's see. And Roxanne. And I have more. 4 more. Okay. This one is also really cool. And I love my Buffalo Mirage. Buffalo Mirage. In progress. See, it's just what I have on. It's just a couple, but I actually they're still bubble wrapped, and if you really like anything, or would like to make a donation, a purchase, also a way to probably see my personality, because that's yourself. Original work from an artist. It was also a way to probably see my personality and get an idea. Now, in the future, as I go on, I'll have my cat, Carl, and Renge. I may morph into the buffalo and other images and do more landscaping. Finally, get to my children's book or the beginnings of Coyote on clothing. I haven't learned, what was it? That's some words and some pictures on, because I don't always talk about that. But there are a few things I have created, just haven't pushed them forward a lot. So I hope that you like this little show and get to know. I may go into a reading now. It's getting kind of late, but it's okay.